basically it says men are not obsessed with women like they used to be. Y'all don't find that kind of weird? And to be honest, no, I don't find that kind of weird, because what exactly is there for men to be obsessed with in today's world? Women have left no room for imagination, none whatsoever. It's like y'all sense of entitlement is out of control. Y'all expectations are unrealistic. Y'all walk around showing y'all bodies half dressed, half exposed 24/7, out smoking, drinking, partying 24/7, on the scene 24/7. A lot of y'all are not even coming with nothing to the table because you're too busy with your hand out trying to see what man got the next bag so he can sponsor your lifestyle to make you look like you're living a lifestyle to post on the internet. It's like a lot of y'all don't have common sense. A lot of y'all don't know how to hold a conversation. A lot of y'all don't have no originality about yourselves. Everybody is getting the same body. Everybody is getting the same hairstyle. Everybody looks the exact same. And it's like y'all get that confused. Oh, well, men like that. No, men will that. But men are not wiping that and they're not cuffing that. And I think y'all are starting to realize that. And then the first thing y'all want to say is, oh, well, they're gay, they're sassy. No, they're not. They're just tired of what you guys are presenting. And if y'all are here to give them free looks and free everything they ain't got to work for, why would they? But they're never going to take you serious. So it seems to me like a lot of y'all are now starting to realize that you're either losing value or have lost value from chasing attention. And now that's something that y'all got to deal with, and y'all can't face that fact. Men love women that are exclusive, women that are put up, women that every man can say he had or can have. Simple as that.
Did you catch that? Every man can't say that he had. Not you can't be out here and might have been with somebody before. Not everybody in town. Is that so much? Is that so much to ask?
So I'm thinking about going to Miami.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to Miami.
For what reason?
Just to go to Miami.
If you're gonna break up with me, just break up with me.
I thought my relationship was cool. My girl decided to go on like a little trip with the girls, and I was cool with that till she chose Miami. Now she's on a yacht. With dollars in the loan. And she hasn't responded for 2 days. I think I'm single.
Where are the men that actually care about emotional connection?
Well, the first place that some women should look that are actually asking that question would be the friend zone. You know, that place that a lot of women put men that actually show them kindness, consideration, and understanding. Try looking there first.
Like, where are the men that actually want to build something with their person?
And the second place that some of these men will be found will be sitting quietly in their homes, enjoying the peace and tranquility that comes with being single.
Like, where? Where are they?
One's not going to find them up there.
Because I don't understand. It's just like that's long gone. Emotional, spiritual, and mental connection is completely gone, apparently.
No, it's not. But a lot of women forget that part of actually finding that connection would involve listening to their partner, not just their partner having to listen to them.
And all they really care about is physical attraction and gaining physical attention. So
that might be in large part due to a lot of women only being focused on a man's finances.
I don't know what kind of world we're living in, but honestly, if someone is not willing to connect on a mental, spiritual level, like, it's just not happening. I'm sorry.
We are living in the kind of world that modern feminism has created.
They really don't understand that a lot of the problem rests on what they wanted. And now that it's come to fruition, they're still, for some reason, trying to blame it on men. Accountability.
When do you think you're going to hit your wall realistically?
I literally have glowed up every single year. Like every month I get hotter, so I don't believe in a wall. I think that's probably like 55.
Okay.
What do you mean wall?
It's all
Explain
mentality. Like unfortunately, like when you're hot, you get so much more power. And it sucks, but it's the truth.
Wall as in fertility window dies down, your looks fade, stuff like that.
Okay, I feel like 37, almost 40. I feel like the stigma is like 30. It's like when girls are supposed to be like, like you have to settle down. As a woman,
like I don't base my worth on my fertility, so I think that probably like 60, even 70.
One could argue that a woman's most prized possession is her ability to reproduce, though.
On the one hand, you have one woman that's realistic. On the other hand, she gets even worse. She says probably 55 at first, and then she says 60 or 70. What?
What do I need a man for? I've written a few things here that you need men for. Pause to read. If you lived in a hut outside in nature, you would not be asking that question. You would see every day. You would say, what do I need men for? To keep threats away, to keep me safe. They go hunting, they bring back food, they provide, they protect. That's what you needed men for back then. And ever since then, men have worked their asses off on railroads and in coal mines and going to war. And they created civilization, which is way better than that hut. And just recently, you've started to say that it's not fair that men have more of the wealth than you. You want to make the same, but then you also want men to pay. So now we have this fake, fictional situation where you think you're doing this yourself. You think you got up here on your own. But this is really what it comes from. There are men today still overwhelmingly making all these things available for you. You mostly have comfy office jobs. But since you believe that you're doing this all yourself because you can't see what men are doing, you're treating most of them as unneeded. Like this, you're saying, what do we need men for? They're not needed. Even though they are still doing all of this and they're not getting very much for it. So now we have a situation where more and more women think that being a product manager is where all of this comes from, and men are dropping out because there's nothing in it for them. If you don't want a man in your life, that's up to you. But if you don't recognize that this is the situation we're living in, then we're all just in a lot of trouble.
At the last couple of weeks that the males have hated my video that I was talking about my breakup, and I was saying I broke up with my boyfriend, but he was a good guy, treated me well, but he was not my husband, so we broke up.
And he said, yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
They had a problem with that because basically what they're saying is good enough should be good enough. But let me tell you one thing, good enough was never good enough for me.
A lot about women. I think I learned exactly how the fall of man occurred in the Garden of Eden. Adam and Eve were in the Garden of Eden, and Adam said one day, wow, Eve, here we are at one with nature, at one with God. We'll never age, we'll never die. And all our dreams come true the instant that we have them. And Eve said, yeah, it's just not enough, is it?
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. You deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness and doing something about it. So stop beating yourself up.
Okay, I think we can all understand not being happy or whatever it is that you're talking about. So let us know the reasons why you divorced him. Well, he wasn't cheating on me or putting his hands on me. Okay, well, what made you unhappy? Because now we're hearing women out there who are unhappy because I thought I'd be somewhere in life that I'm not. Like what? Give us a reason. Well, I want to go out and I want to do certain things. Like what? You keep on asking the questions and they never get to the actual answer. It's just, I don't want to be responsible anymore. I don't want to be accountable to anybody. I just want to go out and do my own thing. Happiness is synonymous with going out there and acting a fool.
No, that's not funny.
I was just waiting for more.
Well, that was kind of his point.
For falling out of love with my wife after she took a 7-week vacation.
Oh.
I, 32 male, have been married to my wife, 30 female, for 4 years, and we've been together for 8. She's a stay-at-home mom. We have Irish twins, 1 female, 2 male, which have been incredibly taxing for my wife. She wanted a solo vacation break for a few weeks where she would travel to different states, visit her high school and college friends, go to concerts, and do a lot of fun stuff. She asked if I would be okay with it. I asked if she could make it a couple of weeks shorter, because 7 weeks of managing our 2 children alone sounded really daunting, especially since work was also getting taxing recently. I do work remote, so at least that worked in my favor. I felt a sense of betrayal that my wife had actually gone through with the 7-week vacation. I slowly fell out of love with my wife. When she came back from her vacation, she was super refreshed and recharged, but to be honest, I was a bit indifferent. My wife tried to initiate sex the first night she came back, which I rejected. The same level of indifference in our day-to-day life. and she probably noticed it, but didn't say anything. A week later, she asked me why I was acting like this, and I told her I don't love her anymore.
Ooh.
Wow. She apologized for taking the 7-week vacation and asked if there was anything we could do to fix it. I told her no. We pretty much went through the motions the next couple of weeks before I finally decided that I wanted a divorce. She seemed devastated when I brought up divorce, which surprised me because I had already told her I don't love her anymore. She asked if we could do couples therapy or marriage counseling first before I started looking for a divorce lawyer, and I told her I needed some time to think about it. I've spent a few days thinking about it, and I'm still leaning towards divorce because I basically don't love my wife anymore. I don't think marriage counseling can fix it. So, am I the asshole for falling out of love with my wife because she took a 7-week vacation?
I think it's more about the betrayal. Like, hey, I would. This is what women do all the time. Not all women, but when you hear these women talk about, oh, he left me, he did this, he did X, Y, and Z, and now I'm not happy, I need to leave. If he's going to do this, you're going to hear women in the comments, you're going to see women in the comments talking about leave him. If he did this, God knows what he's doing. The man said, I really need help. But when a man says something, then all of a sudden his feelings don't matter. But for you, well, I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever I want to do. And we're not talking about like 4 or 5 days, not even a week, maybe not even 2 weeks. We're talking about close to 2 months here of you taking a vacation just to feel recharged, really leaving that man out in the cold, just doing whatever you want to do. So he's thinking, if she's doing this now, if this is the way that she's acting now, she's there. This is not the last time. And there's going to be more to come. Then she's going to come home, try to give me a little bit, say sorry, apologize profusely, go to couples therapy, but she's going to go back out there and do it again. Because that's how she wants to operate. That's how she wants to live her life. So that's probably where the divorce comes from.
I don't think so. I mean, you feel however you feel, right? Like, I think that it wasn't just about the vacation. It was also about like her needing that much time away from him and away from their kids and away from their life. Like 7 weeks is a lot. That is that is crazy, dude. What is that? Just under 2 months?
It's basically 2 months.
That is an insanely, like, I don't know how you can. I've been on vacation, like work trip for like 6 days now. I can't wait to get home to my boyfriend. Like,
sometimes I just think to myself, we as women have been seriously lied to by society.
Being strong and capable.
Strong, independent woman.
I wasted 10 years on feminism and woke culture. And
when did you realize that it was a lie?
Probably like a year ago.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why?
Financially and all of those things, and I kind of pursued my career for a really long time. I pursued my academics for a really long time, but I think as you get older you realize how unfulfilling all of those things are, and when you're sold that dream for a really long time, you're so convinced that that can't wait, and you're so convinced that marriage, kids, and becoming all of those things that are more traditional can wait, when really biologically it's the other way around.
Let me tell you something. You women from the 60s really messed up my life goals. You didn't want to stay at home and clean the house, take care of the kids, have dinner ready for your husbands when they got home from work. That is all I want to do. But no, you thought everyone wanted to be independent. I don't want to be independent.
For a soft life, a life where the financial weight and the financial burden doesn't fall on me.
When I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna be an independent woman. I would never marry for money. I'm gonna pay for everything I own. And now I'm like, if a man walked up to me and was like, you don't have to work for the rest of your life, we just have to, pretty good deal.
Yep, sounds about right. When I get tired of carrying the load, I'm gonna put it on a man, let him stress out. And I'm expecting him to pull all the stress away from me while I intentionally try to add more stress to his life and make a game out of it.
Do not want the title of a strong, independent Black woman, okay? I am a single divorced mom. I have been divorced now for
We do not care.
I pray for a soft life, a life where the financial weight and the financial burden doesn't fall on me. I want to be able to live a life of leisure, a soft life, a slow life. Like, I am so tired. I look forward to the day where I marry someone that kind of relieves me of the stress of like day-to-day life.
God, I'm officially divorced! Yes! I'm officially primary custodian of the kids. Are you kidding me? Now all of this financial burden with my children is on me?
What?
This is not fair. When a man shows you who he is, you have to believe him. When anybody shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Like he doesn't have to pay nothing of it? Nothing? That's the stuff that comes with being a woman that is so ride or die about love. This is tough.
I just wanted to come on here to tell you guys that what one man won't do for you, another one will.
No, he won't.
Nobody talks about how hard it is. I really need to hurry to transition from being on survival mode to somebody actually wanting to take care of you.
I can't stop crying. I'm happy and I love my life. But I feel so goddamn lonely and it terrifies me. Everyone's getting married or having kids and starting a new chapter in their life with their friends and whatnot, and I'm just here on my own, in my own home, working and surviving.
Many other single 32-year-old women get depressed, extremely depressed around the holidays, or is it just me? All of my siblings from 16 years old to 40-something years old, all have somebody, okay? They have boyfriends, girlfriends, they're married, they have children, like families. And then there's Brittany, alone with her French bulldog that she's codependent on. They walk in the front door with their family and their kids and they're, oh, Merry Christmas, blah, blah. And then I show up by myself. Hey, Britt, I don't have anybody. Nobody's calling me. Nobody's texting me. I'm celibate, so like, okay, do I never get a turn again? Or like, what the It's my fault. A lot of it's my fault. Maybe I'm too picky. Maybe my standards are too high. Like, I guess I could, but like, that, I bring a lot to the table.
I don't need a group of people telling me that it's wrong for me to want to actually stay at home and look after my children.
I'm not gonna lie, don't tell the feminists, but I would rather stay home and cook and clean. I would rather do it. When I tell you I love to cook and clean, just don't tell the feminists. I love to do it, and I love to do it for a man. I do. Just to see the look on a man's face when you cook him a meal that is so good, you could just tell he's proud. There's just something, I don't know, there's something within me as a woman, maybe it's almost turning 25, that got me thinking, like, this cooking and cleaning thing isn't bad. Like, I just don't understand why women wanted to work. What was the point? Like, there is nothing satisfying about working. A man that takes care of you, a man that provides for you, you don't have to worry about anything, no bills. I will cook and clean all day. Like, what is the complaint? I'm making some fire food tonight. I'm going to serve it, and I'm just enjoying it. Yes, I'm crying over some onions, but is this what we fought for as women? I don't know. I'd rather cry over some onions than cry about a job. That's for sure.
It really is always very funny how when life brushes up against a lot of these strong, independent women, all of a sudden they drop the act. They don't know what it is to not be in the kitchen. They don't know what it is to not be pregnant. All of a sudden, it's all coming back to me now. Actually, I do want traditional roles. I do want to stay in the house and cook and clean. All of a sudden, I think I know how to take care of a kid. You know what? Let's pop out 3 or 4 of them things. I'll stay at home and take care of all of them. Challenge being a stay-at-home mom. I'll figure it out.
lie to you. I've had no sleep. And I'm working till 10 tonight.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs. Why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, I am, oh my God.
So my employer wants me to do my job. And I don't want to do my job. So yeah, some really great points on both sides.
Sometimes I just think to myself, we as women have been seriously lied to by society. Like, we're told all these things growing up. Be successful, be smart, be independent, be all of these things. And then when you become all of those things and you're ready to find a life partner or you're marriage minded, you look around and the dating pool is teeny tiny. Because we as women like to date up. We usually want someone, we're actually wired this way. We want someone who's our socioeconomic equal or higher. And the men who are equal or higher have a million gazillion options. And guess what? They're in absolutely no effing rush, no rush at all to settle down because they don't have a biological clock.
I just had like the craziest, saddest thought. I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love. And I had another talking phase yet again fall through. And my friend was like, you know, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope I don't, because what happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any? So it's easier for me to say I don't want kids. Having like a weird existential crisis. I don't know why I'm posting this on TikTok, but I think I need to know I'm not alone.
Dry it up, man. Dry it up. You hate to see people crying, but when you understand why they're crying, dry it up. Y'all out here making problems for yourselves. And then when you start running into the problems, then all of a sudden I need a man to save me. Where are the good guys at? Dating is awful. Dating is awful in LA, Dallas, Houston, Chicago, wherever you can find, Minnesota. I mean, it don't matter. It's awful everywhere. All of the men everywhere are awful. But 9 times out of 10, when I see a woman, she's fantastic. Huh. That's interesting.
We all know it was breaking national news when Ozzy Osbourne passed away last week, right? But now apparently they have read the will, and it's come out that Ozzy has left it in his will that he wants flowers delivered to his wife every week until she is no longer living. Sweet thing, right? And I see a lot of women that look like me making videos about why would I ever settle for a man when even in death, Ozzy is treating Sharon well. And I hear you and I understand. But some of y'all may not know that Ozzy Osbourne tried to unalive Sharon multiple times. Ozzy Osbourne was into some very dark stuff at one point in time, and he was on drugs so heavy that he tried to unalive that woman. Okay, that's 1. 2, because drugs were such a big part of his life, he would travel with Sharon, go out of the country, and forget that his wife was back in the hotel. And he would go out and pick up women, come back intending to cheat, and Sharon had to beat him and the woman up. Oh, and let's not overlook the fact that even though Ozzy was already wealthy when they got married, Sharon became Ozzy's manager and elevated him in his solo career. That's how they got that show. That's how we know Ozzy Osbourne. Let's just be real. So she worked in his business because he is the business. I just want to point out that y'all said y'all would never let a man cheat on y'all. I just want to point out that y'all said that y'all would never build a man up. I'm not working for no man. That's his business. He need to run it. Remember? And also I want y'all to remember and recognize that that man passed away of Parkinson's and dementia. She had to take care of that man in later life. Y'all don't want to do none of that. So don't look for the benefit of that type of marriage if you don't want to go through the trials and tribulation of that type of marriage. Okay? Okay.
I'm just going to go on record and say, count me out. Not only do this go fast, but it ain't safe. Now, when I said this ain't safe, look at these mares. Oh, hell no. And you can't control the speed right here? It continues to go slow? Look at that. What if he just would just jump right at your ass? Ain't shit you can do because you're moving slow as count me out. Then you got his boy right there like they trying to come up with a plan. A better plan to not get on this. Now here comes where the real action begins. Because now you're starting to move at the speed of lightning. But to be traveling on that little ass rail, count me out. Can't do it. Call me whatever you want. But just know, this won't be getting on something like that. And if you've been on it, you a good.
I know some of y'all out there are thrill seekers, but it ain't gonna be me. I love you. Stay blessed. Be careful.
I left my husband. I left my kids. And I moved to a whole new city. A whole new state, rather. Just me. No one else. And I didn't move because I didn't love them, but I finally decided to love myself too. And so for years, like, I put myself on the back burner, you know, just being a mom, being a wife, which is great, you know, that's awesome. But, you know, all this time, like, I was wearing a smile, but deep down, like, I wasn't really happy inside, you know. And so one day I realized that I couldn't keep living a life that made everyone else comfortable while I was crumbling inside. So literally, like, I made the most hardest decision, like, ever, like the most soul stretching decision, like, ever. And that was to pack my bags and move to Nashville. I actually, one day I just woke up and, you know, I was just like, well, I can't do this anymore. Like, I feel like I need to do something different, like, other than what I'm doing. And I felt like I needed to find me again. Like I said, because, you know, I felt like I was losing myself. So anyway, like, rewinding, I had actually applied for a position with Vanderbilt. And I ended up getting the position, and they were offering a sign-on bonus as well as a relocation bonus. And yeah, like, I got the position and I took it. So anyway, no safety net, like, no guarantees, no nothing. I applied for my apartment and everything. Like, I literally, like, got approved for everything, like, right away. So it seems like everything had just fell into my lap. Like, it was what I was supposed to be doing. And because of that, like, it really validated my decision to leave. And so I did that. I get to Nashville. I started rebuilding my life. You know, I even, like, started thinking, like, of another business endeavor that I had been thinking about for, like, the past 5 years that I never, like, built up the courage to do. And if you know me, like, you know I've had businesses. Even, like, just saving money, paying off debt, like, rebuilding my credit, like, everything. Like, I got my stuff back up, which I'm, like, totally proud of. And now, like, I'm getting ready to graduate with my master's in public health here in September 5th to be exact. And honestly, like, I still have, like, a long ways to go. Like, there's still so much that I want to do. I cried, I prayed, like, I healed, and I did a lot, like, and I found me. But like I said, like, I'm not done yet, and I'm, like, so damn proud of how far that I've come. Like, you don't even know the half. And I contemplated about whether, like, I wanted to even share this, you know, because, yeah, like, I've always, like, shared, you know, good news about, you know, certain things happening, like, in my life, but I've never just opened up and really just shared my truth to people. So this is new for me, and it's definitely, like, you know, taking a leap of faith, because this is nothing that I, you know, ever really, like, imagined doing. But yeah, this is my story. And honestly, like, this is for any woman who feels stuck or torn or like scared to choose herself. You're not a bad mom. You're not a bad wife for choosing you. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning love. It doesn't mean that you're abandoning your family. It just means that you're making space for the version of you that has been buried so long under obligation. And that's exactly what it was. Like, if you are in your breaking point area, like, girl, I totally see you. Like, I see you. But you just, if that is something that you're wanting to do, like, I would just say pray about it. You know, for me, like, God is the head of my life. And I really sought him like never before, because, I mean, God forbid I moved to another state and then, you know, the worst happens, you know? But everything fell into place. And then, you know, even my husband and I, like, our relationship got better. It started off like really rocky, but we got better, and, you know, we developed a deeper understanding of each other. And I feel like things are better than ever because I know who I am now, like, even more so. Because when we got married, I was a 22-year-old girl. I had a 5-month-old baby, and I didn't know nothing about being grown. And I was just going along with him, just following his lead, you know. And because of that, I really didn't know who I was. Like I said, I was just going along, you know, just following my man. You know, he was older, and, you know, he had the life and everything. But I had to find, like, what works for me. And I'm so glad that I did, because, yeah, it was literally, like, the best thing I ever could have done for myself. Because, yeah.
It's interesting because if a man said the same exact thing, the internet would absolutely implode. Like, if a dude, a husband and father, said, you know, I love my kids, but I packed my bags and moved to another state alone, you know, left my family behind, started over because I needed to find myself. Doesn't mean that I stopped loving them, but I just needed to find me. Just needed space for a version of me buried under obligation. These women, these modern women in the comments, making videos about it. People lose their minds. Modern women would lose their minds. Oh, he's selfish. Oh, he's a runaway dad. Oh, he's a quitter. Oh, he's a narcissist. And probably worse. Ain't nobody gonna be praising this. Oh, she's so brave. Nope, not him. Not gonna be brave. Women's podcast. Chewing them up. Being emotionally unavailable. In commitment. Oh, you gonna abandon your responsibilities? Your babies? Right? And your wife, you gonna dump that on her? As a father and a husband? Exactly. But because she's a woman, a modern woman, oh, she's healing. Oh, she's choosing her. She's choosing herself. Oh, empowerment. Oh, you really need self-love. How can I show up for you if I'm not showing up for myself? They really take that. That's incompetence. That's weaponized incompetence. They're taking that and putting that to the umpteenth degree. And she knows that. For you to pack up and go to a totally different town, talking about, oh, it must have, you know, everything just fell in my lap, so it must have been right. No, it wasn't, stupid. What are you talking about? Y'all do this type of stuff. And this is why men out here are speaking up. Because when a man is in a situation, he's expected to sacrifice. That's what people expect. But when a woman has to sacrifice or put things on the line or the back burner that she wants to do, oppression. They oppressing me. They oppressing me. They're controlling me. They're manipulating me. When a man leaves, oh, he abandoned his family. Oh, but when a woman leaves, oh, you know, it's really a journey of rediscovering, finding myself so I can come back and be my best self for my family. Bruh, if men started doing this in droves, walking away from wife, kids, For personal growth, society is going, they would ride that narrative. They would burn that narrative. See, this world, we knew they were going to do that. Yeah. This is what men are all about in the first place. Come on now. Come on now. You know you had no business doing that. You know you had no business doing that. But you did it and then framed it in the way. Y'all heard that? And framed it in the way so people would see you as a good person. But when some guys got in the comments holding you accountable, then all of a sudden you want to make another video explaining yourself. Oh, I think she said she only left for like 3 months or something like that. Does it matter? Does it matter? You left the relationship. Oh, I didn't leave for good. You left the relationship, went somewhere for 3 months. Once again, if a man did that, y'all lose your minds. How dare he? This is what you signed up for, sir. You need to stay in the pocket. You need to be here for your family. What about the kids? Woman going on a 2-month vacation. This is not the first time we didn't start. Earlier in the video, a 2-month vacation, even though the guy said, I need your help. I need your help. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it for 2 months. I need your help. Did she care? No. Got back, and now she's upset that the man is divorcing her. Hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. Because you don't respect me. You don't care nothing about what I got going on. And honestly, that's what that sounds like here.
Y'all, that's my brother. He don't want to be around y'all.
Okay, get the fuck on. The fuck?
Say something else and I'll throw this shit in y'all face. Say something else. Oh, y'all shut the fuck, right? Oh.
The funny thing about this video is that you have women in the comments talking about, let me find it real quick. This is what concealed carry is for. And then a guy responds and it says, nowhere in this video shows enough of a reason to unholster your weapon. You'd be going to jail. I don't think they truly understand that because they think their emotions are enough to use force. I'll say it like that. You'd be in jail. You'd be in prison. Number one. Number two, she's got here as the caption. Let me pause to read it real quick. So basically, she's saying right here, they came up, he and his brother came up to them, asked them if they could talk to him. She says, no, leave us alone. And then they say, hey, you know, I think they said we're all married, actually, is what they said. And then he came back and said, oh, no, you know, it's fine. We still want to talk to you guys. And she says, no, leave us alone. You're ruining our night. That's when he got defensive and then, you know, just started insulting them. Basically saying, I got prettier girls than you, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Let's say for the sake of argument that he was in fact doing this because we know in the video, because you say down here, he's aggressive, he's dangerous, and he doesn't handle rejection well. Let's say for the sake of argument, all of this is true. Once again, and you have women in the comments talking about, well, why don't you keep the same energy for other dude or other men, basically, the other gender? And they don't really seem to understand that guys actually do. They do keep the same energy. But also, there are certain things that aren't said and certain things that aren't spoken because men understand violence, you know, and if they don't, they get a lesson fairly quickly on it, right? And so some things aren't said. Some buttons aren't pushed, but for some reason, women feel like, and it's probably because you see the guys in the background out there, you see the lights on, yada, yada, yada. They think they can talk to people. Well, not just make it about men, but they think they can talk to people any kind of way. And that's probably why they find themselves in this situation. Too many times we want to blame it all on a man. And even if we heap 90% of the blame, what's the reason of saying no? We ask you, and then getting up and leaving, right? Well, we shouldn't have to leave, right? There's a lot of things that you shouldn't have to do, but for the sake of getting out of the way of foolishness. If I went to a gas station, once again, which I have done, or a place which I have done, and I see people acting crazy, I catch the vibe and I leave. Period. End of story. I don't care what should have been, what could be happening. These people, the reality of it is they're acting stupid. I'm getting out of their face. Also, just looking at some stuff right here. It says, Capricorn season, 24th birthday. This is early this year in January. So she's a younger lady. And basically what you're looking at is somebody that still wants to be out on the town. As you can see, now she's married. We can verify this is her man, I think she says. Since 2019, happily married. Having a girls' night out. Why are we having girls' nights out? Like out as late as you are? Why are we doing that? In this one, the caption says, party is on. So party's on. Basically, I'm out here partying. You're married, by the way. So here's another video of the interaction where she's supposedly being nice and meek towards him. And she's a victim here.
Get out. I got bitches that look better than you. Get out. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't give a fuck about that. Get out. I got bitches that look better than you. Get out. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't give a fuck about that.
So I think my point, and once again, when a woman says to leave, this is just leave, man. Like, this is what you end up looking like, right? And then there's going to be people in the comments that are going to say to you, oh, well, he's terrible. He's probably 5'4". He didn't get any baddies, yada, 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 and all that stuff. And then they find out where you work. They go to your job, clowning you, yada, 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 whatever it might be. It's more trouble than what it's worth, to be honest with you. And I think for him, his pride and his ego has stepped in and gotten in the way. What they're trying to say is they were just so nice about everything and how dare he do this to them. But they were probably popping off on him. They were probably being disrespectful to him. And not a lot of people, women included, take disrespect well. Rejection is one thing, but for you to be disrespecting them, that's another thing, right? So for his part, I'd say first time, probably. Second time they reject you, get out of there, man. And I know they can be really stupid and silly with some of the things that they say. Take it on the chin and move away. You don't want to be involved in this type of nonsense to where they think they're better than you. They think they're more than you. Look at the way they're dressed, man. Where's your husband at? Oh, we're all married. Where's your husband at? Why are you not in the house with him at that time of night? I mean, it looks like you're in a club scene. That's what that looks like, and you're married. So you got to understand that these women, some of these ladies, even though they're married, they're young in the mind. They still thinking that they can be out there in the street doing whatever they want to do, acting however they want to act. And if a man should come up and try to approach them because they're aware, single women usually are, and step to them, and you say, well, we're all married. We told them we were married. Plenty of women, single women included, lie. How do we know they lie? Because they've said that. They said we're lying to them. So if a man said, and then here comes the confusion when a man stops pursuing and they say, well, you didn't try hard enough. Well, yeah, you told me you were married. You told me you weren't interested. Yeah, but I want a real man, an alpha, to step up. So it's very confusing in some of these instances for what you want a man to do. Once again, I don't want to sit up here and excuse him still being in their face when he should have left. I would have left. I probably wouldn't even approached him. I would have looked at him and say, just looking based on what I saw on her page, I would have never even approached her. Cute or not. I would have looked and said, they're looking for attention. They want attention, and that's not where I want to be at, right? But he probably saw something that he thought was cute, went over there, tried to holler at him, and this is what you're getting because you didn't leave. Bro, honestly, let this be a lesson to you that when these modern women out here, they're not the same. So when they say move around, move around.